Hello, hello, everyone. This is Sisters on Love, Life, and Keeping It Real. I'm so excited that my sister Tanya is back. She has been just busy with life. I mean, that's what this show is about. Life gets
Yeah.
busy and things happen, and that's just keeping it real. So I'm happy that my sister is back and we can start our talking about just all sorts of things. I feel like there's so much we need to just talk about and catch up on. Not that she and I have not talked, obviously we have, but
Yeah, I feel like I've been
just
gone for quite a
I
while.
know it's crazy. Too long. But anywho, what is today's topic?
Well, before the topic, I do want to say, ladies, I have been gone for a while, but since I have been gone, my sister has a book that came out, 99 Types of Guys, and it is on humorous collection of dating tips and misadventures. And it did reach #1 on Amazon bestseller. Woo, woo.
Yay.
I'd hold
Whoop,
mine up,
whoop,
but I don't
whoop,
have it. I
whoop.
forgot it
I'll hold mine up.
upstairs. Okay, hold
I don't
yours
know if you can
up.
see it. Let's hear. Let me see if
Oh,
I can get
put
it
it
so it's
closer
not
to the
blurry. Can you
more
see it?
in. Yep, I can see it, but it is a little
Okay.
blurry.
A little blurry.
Yeah. So definitely go get one. And again, that's 99 Types of Guys, but super excited.
Yeah, it's a great book
As
for
you're
Galentine's Day / Valentine's Day, ladies.
it
Like
is.
it's a funny, it's not a male bashing book. I have to say that over and over again because it's not. It's literally about, I get it. I've dated a ton of men clearly, and
Mhm.
it's just to help navigate the dating world. Or maybe if you are, in a relationship, you can relate to your single friends, or maybe you want to reminisce about your dating days, or maybe you just want to know the type of guy that you are with, like what type he falls under. Or maybe you're just a guy and you want to know what type of guy you are in the book. So
Right. And
it's
just a good read in general. If you
yeah,
just want to get
thanks.
away from your reality and just it's humorous and it does draw you in. So it is just you could just something to get away. It's a good read. Very good
Thank
read.
you. So, what's our
Yeah.
topic? And thanks for the shout out.
Well, our topic today, ladies, we can talk about out of sight, out of mind and what that looks like.
So, out of sight, out of mind is a great topic because, when you're in a relationship, it's a true test when you are out with your friends,
Mm-hmm.
or if you are vacationing with your
Mm-hmm.
friends. How are you? Do you change who you are? When you're with your friends, that could be
Mm-hmm.
male or female, but our target audience is talking about men for women. And so it's basically, what does your partner do? Does all of a sudden, you go from talking 5 times a day till your partner vacations, and all of a sudden you don't hear one word from him,
Right.
or he's out with his buddies, and when you're out with your friends, he can be calling you five to 12 times. But
Right.
then when he's out with
FaceTime
his
anything.
friends,
Yeah.
right, he all of a sudden he just, out of sight, out of mind. You no longer
Mm-hmm.
exist until he comes home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So let's dive
Yeah.
in.
Let's do dive in because it is very interesting. It doesn't even always have to be a vacation. They could be away for a business meeting,
Oh
or
yeah.
they could be away for a funeral or a birthday or something you couldn't attend. You weren't able to make it. So I mean, things to where, yeah, that you're completely different once you leave the vicinity. It's basically out of sight, out of mind. So it's really, we deserve, and I feel like it's just a respect level that you just are the same. First of all, that you don't move different, because moving different puts any mind, but definitely a female's mind, 1,000 places, right? I can think of 1,000 things you're doing, and go from 0 to 10 real quick. If you're missing in action, right? So if I
Right.
mean things are you're different or you're moving different, and trust me, man, us women definitely know when you're moving different. So we keep track of your whole routine and we know it very well. So we know when someone's like, this is off or this doesn't feel right. And so when you think we trip, that's what we're going off of, is that something has changed.
Oh yeah, and it's so funny because when you say when we trip, because how often are women considered all of a sudden we're going crazy, or we're crazy because
Mm-hmm.
our man falls, off the kilter, and we're just like, okay, that doesn't make sense. Like you normally
Mm-hmm.
call me 5 times a day, and all of a sudden I don't hear from you at all day, or for 24 hours, or whatever the case might be. That's,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I always tell, women out there, we don't go crazy on our own. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like men drive us there. I mean, let's just
Yeah,
keep
they
it
do.
real. It's the actions when they're not being, consistent with the actions, then it can cause, the majority of the
Mhm.
women to be like, okay, what's going on? You know,
Mhm.
like, what's my man doing? Why all of a sudden isn't he calling? And then, of course, your mind goes to like, who's he with? Even if he might not ever have given you the inclination of cheating, your mind, it's a natural thing for your mind to go there
Yo,
or go to
yeah.
like, is he in the hospital? Do I need to be calling police stations? I mean, you
Right.
just don't know. And it's that worry aspect that's not okay.
Right.
And I also do feel the same way. It's like when I vacation, I don't change. I mean, yeah, me and my partner might not talk 10 times a day, but I don't fall off the kilter. I at least
Right.
probably talk to him at least 2 to 3 times a day, during that time, like probably once in
Mhm.
the evening, maybe once in the afternoon, in the morning, at least twice a day.
Mhm.
I'm not missing an action,
Right.
so
Right.
I get that you're going to be spending time with your friends. So, for instance, when Tanya and I hang out and we see each other, it's like, yeah, my man knows like I'm with my sister. So he's, if he's calling me 5 times, 20 times a day, I'd be texting and be like, listen, I'm spending sister time. You know that, right?
Right.
Like I
Right.
see you, I live with you. So
Right.
there's also that type of thing, but there's that boundary where it's like, okay, you shouldn't be out of sight, out of mind. And that says a lot, right?
It does
Like
say a
I
lot.
want a man who thinks about me when he wakes up, when he's away from me, and I'm the first thing on his mind, even a
Mhm.
text. Like even if you don't want to
Mhm.
call, even a text, a heart that when you wake up, you're like, oh my gosh, obviously he's
Mhm.
thinking about me, right? It's as simple as that.
Right.
I don't have to have a whole phone call and, oh my gosh, I love you and cry. I don't need all that.
Right.
I just need acknowledgement that I have you on my mind, not that the gym was first on your mind. And then second
Right.
was eating breakfast. And then third was getting dressed and taking a
Right.
shower.
Right.
And then now it's like 1 p.m. And then now all of a sudden I'm on your mind, right?
Right. And I think
So,
more so also because it can bring in that double standard as well. We
oh,
all know
absolutely.
that they would, bug out if it was us doing that exact same thing.
Oh,
So if we go out of
absolutely.
sight, out of mind, we don't even have the option to go out of sight, out of mind,
Right.
right? Like
Because
let's keep
bags
it
will be
real.
packed.
Yeah, it's going to be a problem. Like you're going to be dealing with an escalated issue, argument, or whatever, right? So it definitely changes on their end, even just a getaway or a girls' night. And it's like they'll FaceTime or they'll call, but then they leave and it's like, they're texting.
Right.
What are you doing? You're like, what are you
Right.
doing? Right?
Can
Like
you take a
who's
picture?
texting me? That. So I mean, it's just things where yeah, it's a double standard. It is a respect thing. I think everyone deserves to be in a relationship where you are not out of sight, out of mind,
Oh,
because it doesn't
absolutely.
feel good. I mean, let's just keep that real. And everything should feel good. It doesn't feel good to be the person that you don't know what's going on, or you're forcing my mind to go places it shouldn't go. And you think I'm tripping, but it's like you brought that question into the relationship when you left and you're different.
Right.
So,
And also can break down the trust factor too. So
mm-hmm.
it's multiple levels of why, and that's another one. It's like if you want to keep the trust factor there between both people,
Right.
it is important to just not all of a sudden stop communication or stop your behavior. Now, clearly, if maybe you don't live with your partner and he's not really a person that texts or calls, that's a different story. I mean, we're talking about
Right.
if a pattern completely changes from the norm.
Correct.
That's what we're talking about. So hopefully this information has helped you all out there because what Ty and I fully believe is, communication is the key. If something doesn't feel
Mm-hmm.
right, acknowledge it right then and there, ladies. Don't wait. I mean, I'm somebody that if I'm not liking something, I will let you know right away
Mm-hmm.
because I don't want to sit on it and stew on it because I don't have time
Right.
for that.
Right.
So I will have the conversation and hopefully, your partners out there will listen and hear you and then change that pattern because it's not a
Right.
matter of like, oh my gosh, I upset her and I'm going to come home early. It's like, no, I'm not asking you to come home early. I'm asking you to change your pattern. That's
Right.
the whole thing, right? Because
Right.
it's not about, me or anybody wanting to control their partner or vice versa. People
Right.
should have, time away from each other and be with their friends or like you said a work engagement or something that we can't
Mm-hmm.
attend. They should still be able to do it if we can't attend. I mean, that's the whole thing about
Right.
relationships is also having that individuality piece to it so that you do miss each other,
Mm-hmm.
not be pissed off at each other.
Right. 100% agree.
Well, thank
Yeah.
you ladies for listening to us. I'm so excited to have my sister Tanya back. Again, my book,
Yes.
99 Types of Guys. I know it's hard to see. It's kind of blurry over here. 99 Types of Guys, a humorous collection of dating tips and misadventures. Hopefully you can see the book. Is out on Amazon. It's a great book for Galentine's and Valentine's Day. I'm super excited about it. I'm also going to be doing a book signing here in Denver, Colorado at Barnes and Nobles on February 12th, which
So
I'm super excited about. And another event at the Clayton Club. I'm going to be a guest speaker there. I'm talking about love and relationships. And I'm also doing a radio segment on Valentine's Day as well. So I got a lot going on and it's really exciting. But the
Mhm.
most exciting thing is to have my sister back. So thank you for joining us. And we look
Yeah.
forward to talking soon.
Yeah,
We'll see you
talking
next
soon. And
week.
remember, ladies, every successful woman had at least one other woman pushing them and encouraging them to do their best. So until next
Absolutely.
time,
Until next time. Bye.
bye.